Prayers, politics, and protests tonight in Orlando. Good evening. I'm Stephen Howe.
And I'm Sonni Abatta. Massive crowds near the Orange County Convention Center, angry that Donald Trump was preaching to pastors, but inside, nothing but love. So much. Governor Rick Scott back in Orlando, congratulating us all for bringing in more jobs. Fox 35's Jackie Orozco reports now on the new opportunities. On the Health Watch, a warning for dog lovers. A new study out of England shows that male dogs are becoming less fertile, and researchers fear this could happen to humans next. Let's talk with Dr. Joe from the Fox medical team about this. Dr. Joe, should we be concerned that scientists who are studying this, of course this is in animals right now, in dogs, that there is a trend that humans could also be impacted as well?
You know, I think that is the prevailing thought, that some experts are saying this is happening in dogs. This is kind of sentinel, which it's kind of like the sentinel canary that goes down into a mine. This may be some sort of a warning to us as humans that maybe we need to be looking at the same thing. And when you look at some of the studies that have gone on in humans, there has been kind of that trend where we have seen some impact on sperm and sperm production in some humans.
And it's interesting because this study seems to point in the direction of environmental factors. I know they talked about the water that was in some of the dog food that they believe had contained elements or compounds that were causing some of these negative side effects. What can we do? We all have to live in the same world. If this truly is an environmental issue, what can we do to sort of lessen the issue, the potential issue that we could have?
You know, I think it's impossible to eliminate these chemicals from our environments completely. In fact, some of the chemicals they talked about, some of the PCBs, they had been banned years before, so they were still persistent in the environment. They don't break down easily. And in the case of these dogs, and again, I think the things that they looked at, one of the major breeds that they were looking at were German Shepherds, Labradors, and Golden Retrievers. And what they found is it was in their food, wet or dry. They wouldn't tell us what food it was. So is their food made to the same standards that our food is? Not really sure, but certainly I think that this gives us pause. There were some things within the study that I was a little concerned about. For example, when they were looking at the motility of the sperm, you know, multiple people had to look under the microscope. There wasn't total agreement. But all in all, I mean, the study is pretty strong.
We certainly appreciate you putting it into perspective for us, Dr. Joe.
Thank you.
Fallout from a major computer outage is still affecting Delta Airlines.
The challenge now, find enough seats to accommodate tens of thousands of passengers whose flights were canceled. Fox's Laura Ingle reports.
Let's talk with Ashley Webster from the Fox Business Network about this. I guess the lesson to be learned is do it, but only do it the right way when you change your passwords. Right, Ashley? I know that with the Fox Network here, Ashley, like you said, we are also prompted to change our passwords all the time, and they don't accept just anything. You can't put password 123 in there. So at least there's some systems that are set up to kind of have your back and make sure it's properly complicated, I suppose.
Oh, I've had many rejected, let me tell you that.
Yes, likewise here, my friend. All right, Ashley Webster with the Fox Biz. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonni.
Fox alert, a little boy killed on a giant water slide in Kansas. Tonight, the desperate search for answers continues.
Well, the slide, it's a huge slide. It drops 168 feet, goes about 65 miles an hour. But investigators, they're still not saying exactly much about how the little boy died. Stephen Howe reports.
Thanks. Due at 5:30, an extremely close call in Lakeland. An elderly man feeding turtles fell into a pond. He was stuck there for hours until strangers finally found him. Fox's Ken Suarez reports from Polk County. New details tonight. 2 people arrested accused of firing shots in Titusville, then trying to run over a police officer. Ariel Smith and Richard Ahorna facing a slew of charges tonight.
Paving paradise to put up a parking lot.
Price tag on this one, $1 million.